The summer suffering event's coming. Let's take a look at what's going on. Good evening. I'm Old Dead Man, your host. We're looking at basically the dev blog for the new Summer Quest event. And unlike the previous ones where they spelled out the tasks you were going to be doing, this one keeps things pretty vague. So let's take a look at what's coming. They did list the vehicles and then kind of give my thoughts on what we know so far. First up, it starts on the 9th of August and runs until the 29th. That's 20 days, but this time there's only 10 marks of distinction for each planes, tanks, and ships. So if you do these marks of distinction, you can get some unique vehicles. Now, unlike previous summer events, this one only has 4 vehicle prizes, but there's a special one that you'll want to know about. So let's take a look at these prize vehicles. We have the Italian Zernia I. That's an Italian rank 3 premium. There's the F4D1, which is an early fighter interceptor for the US tree. The Leopard 2AV, which is a German rank 6 event vehicle. And the Gaijin Haruna. So some of these are pretty familiar vehicles. Some of them are brand spankety new. But let's take a look at them real fast and see what you got for prizes. Then after that, we'll go into what the event looks like. Zernia I is a Italian rank 3 premium SPG. Got basically based on the Stug 3 here, and it looks like it's going to be pretty fun. I'd guess this to be in probably the 3740 range. And of course, it's premium, which is the important part. It was a pretty good little vehicle with a 75mm gun. At this rank, it should be pretty darn effective. It was used until Hungary surrendered, and it was very successful until that point. Its real secret sauce is the rocket launchers put on top. Now, I don't know how effective these rockets are going to be. I don't know what the aiming is like. They don't look terribly agile. In fact, they look kind of fixed, so they might be one of those you have to be at the right spot at just the right angle things. But it does have the 6 rockets on the launcher there, so that'll be an interesting little piece of kit. That said, it's going to be fun, at least, if nothing else. Next one, the F4D1 Skyrate. Good vehicle. An excellent rate of climb, intended to be an interceptor. So, of course, it's got air-to-air missiles, great climb, a radar, and all the normal things. The F4D1 should be pretty fun at rank 6. It's got some AIM-9Bs and some FFAR rockets, and you've got a lot of options with it. So it should be good both in air and ground, and a lot of fun to fly. If you like your rank 6 Americans, this might be a good one to pick up. It's also supersonic. It just wouldn't be a summer event unless there was a Leopard involved, and let's see what we got this time. The Leopard 2AV was a prototype Leopard that was actually sent over to the US for the XM1 trials. Obviously it didn't win. It arrived at the trials with a 105mm L7A3, I think it was, gun. And it actually, as far as I can tell, did pretty well, but they sent it back stating it didn't have enough armor. Now, this is based on the Leopard 2K, so that's probably true. The threats at the point that this was being tested just meant that it was a little outclassed in the armor department. In the end, they actually threw a 120mm at it and tried it out on the Aberdeen Proving Grounds, but it never got accepted into U.S. service. My beef is that it was designed and built for the U.S., and yet it's in the German tree. But, hey, it's another German Leopard. Have fun. If you're looking to get into top-tier naval battles without all that grind, well, here is your opportunity. In just 20 days, you can be driving the sister ship of the legendary Congo, the IJN Haruna. Now, this guy's got all the goodies. It's got all the latest stuff for the Japanese tree. With 8 36cm guns and 8 152mm cannons and casemates, this guy's got some serious armaments. Its protection is kind of mediocre, and its AA protection in particular is lacking. But still, it's a top-tier battleship for the Japanese tree that you can get in just 20 days of grinding. So keep that in mind. By the way, if you'd like a actual full dev blog video on any of those vehicles, let me know in the comments below. We'll see what I can do. The other fun prizes you can get is some decals, these caution falling coconut decals, the diving mode on decal, the explore more decal, and the good catch decal. Caution, trees don't move. I'll bet you there's a reference there I'm not getting. There's also the Hornet's Nest decoration, the sailing catamaran, and a Girl Scout player icon. Very wholesome, very cute. And, I don't think I'm going to be using a Girl Scout player icon. On top of that, there's some vehicle camouflages at play, but they're all related to the vehicles in question, so you might just be prepared for those as well. Now let's get into what the event itself looks like. Again, they have not released the actual tasks. They state that it's less requirements than previous events, but they don't tell us what those are. So I'm a little concerned on that. I want some details, and I want them now before I start committing to this grind. The marks of distinction have all these interesting trophies and coupons and the cocktail umbrellas, which are keys for the summer cocktail crate. Now, the whole thing about the cocktail umbrella is a whole different enchilada, and I'll come to that in a bit. At level 4, you can get the marks of distinction for tankers. You get the Zernia I. And at levels 8, at level 8 for any of them, you get your iconic vehicle, the F4D1 for the airboat boys, the Leopard 2AV for the ground pounders, and the Gaijin Haruna for those who love to float. There's also some additional camouflages, but there is one kind of fly in the ointment. If you want to be able to sell them on the marketplace, you got to go all the way, because they don't become tradable until you get the coupon upgrade at level 10, the 10th mark of distinction. Now, the regular trophies are coming in. They've got just these little list of normal things here. The Silver Lions, boosters, some wagers and orders, universal backups, a random camo, and 1 day of, or 1 day of premium, not and, gotta watch that. But the real interesting one is the summer cocktail, wherein basically you get the opportunity to start gambling with your Silver Lions. By the way, the gambling reference, thank you, Tankenstein. I did watch your video. I enjoyed it. Link will be in the description. This is one of those ones where it actually is an interesting combination of listening to the players from the past and jumping into yet new monetization opportunities for War Thunder. The summer cocktails with the cocktail umbrella. The cocktail itself is the crate, and the umbrella is the key. You can buy the cocktail for 10,000 Silver Lions and the umbrella for 50,000 Silver Lions. Now, why would you be interested in the summer cocktail? Well, that's because they're putting the opportunity to earn many of these older prize vehicles from previous events up for grabs. You can get them. You could potentially get them. The drop rate, though, is expected to be pretty low. They even have the IS-7 on the list, but it's got a drop rate that is around 0.001%. You'd be opening a lot of crates hoping you get an IS-7, that is for sure. Here's the other part, though. They're also going to have just camouflages for them, and decorations as options, and decals as options. So your chances of picking up one of these these interesting vehicles, and the whole list is going to be in the description. Well, no, the whole list will be on the link. Is pretty darn low. You can earn a certain amount of summer cocktails in their umbrellas as part of the event itself. But if you want to actually stand a chance of getting one of these vehicles, it's going to take some of this. Some of those Silver Lions. It is just Silver Lions, though. If you're sitting on 100 million Silver Lions, which some people are, not me, you might find it fun or interesting to try it out and see what happens. Tankenstein's going to blow a whole wad of Silver Lions on him, and he's going to do the percentages and figure out kind of some rough idea of what the drop rate's going to be. I am a little bit more cash poor than that, so we'll keep an eye out for that one. And that's pretty much everything. Remember that for every 2 days of the event, you're going to have to complete a package of 3 out of 5 tasks, most likely. Again, this is just going from previous events like this. So until we know what those tasks are, we won't know if this is an easier or harder one. It is shorter, though. Usually it's 12 marks of distinction for 24 days. And this time it's 10 marks for 20 days. You'll be doing a lot of random things in that time. That said, the tasks don't change. They just reset every 2 days. So you finish them for that 2 days and you're done until the next 2 day period starts. So what do you think of the Summer Quest event? Is this one that you're going to be grinding towards, jumping in on, and getting involved in? I'm still waiting to see what the tasks look like. And when I do, then I'll know exactly how far I'm willing to go for these vehicles. It's also a busy month for me, so it might not happen just because I'm busy. Real life is a calling and it's calling hard. I'll be looking at it pretty carefully because I'll want to be able to spend the time. I'm kind of interested in the F4D. I kind of find the Leopard 2AV to be a fun addition. And I might go after either one of those, or I might just, just skip it, depending. Because while they are good vehicles, they're interesting vehicles, they don't actually add anything to your tree. They are not unique in the sense of having capabilities that you don't find somewhere else. The closest would be the Zernia I with its little rockets, but that's just a unique little bauble. I don't think it's going to be a game changer for it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Tell me if you're interested in these vehicles. And when we finally find out what the tasks are going to be, I'll make sure to put up another video on those. You have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you in War Thunder. Maybe grinding out the Summer Quest prize.